Next, we're going to look at the weather, okay? This is going to give us the answers we need to decide how to pack, what days we're going to do certain things based upon the weather. It's going to make a big, big, big difference, okay? All right, let's get the dictation. Let's go again. Explain typical Tokyo weather during cherry blossom season and how it affects walking comfort, photography, and clothing choices. Period. Suggest a minimalist packing strategy suitable for long walking days. Period. All right. Now, the weather, you want to be extremely thoughtful about planning when it comes to weather, okay? Now, I am no Japanese expert, so I am not going to start telling you what the weather is going to be like in March and April. We're going to hit this arrow and let this thing tell us what it has found or what it knows about the weather in Japan, in Tokyo, during these dates so you can plan what you want to do and when you want to do it accordingly and how you pack. Okay? Let's hit the up arrow. Okay? Very interesting. Below is a practical Tokyo specific weather guide for cherry blossom season focused on walking comfort, photography conditions, and minimalist clothing choices that support long, beautiful days without overpacking. I couldn't have said it any better. This is exactly what I'm looking for. All right. Now, this is what I'm looking for, but if you're looking for something different, then you should tell it that. You know, like I would change maybe instead of walking comfort, maybe you're saying how it affects uh gosh, I can't think of something, but like there's something you can replace it with whatever works best for you. Like if walking comfort doesn't matter to you or photography, maybe there probably are people who are just going to snap a couple photos with their phone or whatever and keep it moving. Some people only want to live in the moment. So maybe the photography isn't as important to somebody else as it is to me and, other folks. Maybe it's not. So you want to change that according to what's best for you, okay? Now, seasonal window, late March to early April. Overall feel cool. This is what I really wanted to know. I had no idea what the weather would be like because when I went in August, let me tell you something right now. It was hot as hell out there, okay? It was as if Satan had said, let me give everybody a warm embrace out here. It was so hot, but I like the heat. I always tell people that I like walking in heat. I like being in heat. So it wasn't bothersome to me in the sense that, oh my God, I wish I wasn't here when it's so hot. It was just more like, damn, it's hot. It's more like that, but it doesn't bother me. All right. So this is the general temperature you can expect there. Morning is going to be 45 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Afternoon, 58 to 65. Evening drops quickly after sunset. This is ideal walking weather. You'll rarely overheat, but layering is essential. And it's true. Now, I didn't know it's going to be that cool. I guess that makes sense. Late March, early April, that's about what it's going to be here in the States. So that makes sense. And it'll get up to about 65, which is pleasant. Layering sounds amazing. Rain and wind. This is what you want to know. Oh, light rain showers are common, not all day storms. Breezes can be noticeable near rivers and open parks. Rain and wind are actually part of the Sakura experience. I don't know for who. Rain deepens petal color and reflections. That's interesting. Wind creates petal fall. Hana fubuki. One of the most beautiful phases. Wow. I bet it is though. Now that I'm thinking about it. So maybe be prepared to spend time in the rain. Maybe you want to pack a light jacket or an umbrella so that you don't have to feel like you need to run inside, that you want to stay wherever you are and take it all in. All right. How weather affects walking comfort. So you see here what works in your favor. Cool temperatures support long, unhurried walks. Parks and neighborhoods are comfortable even at peak bloom. You'll naturally pace yourself, no oppressive heat. What to plan around cold hands and early. Oh, that's true. I got some little hand warmers. I even got heated gloves. I don't know if I'd take those. I probably would take the hand warmers and maybe my different gloves, my standard gloves, maybe. Chilly pauses when sitting in gardens or cafes. Evening walks require one warm outer layer. Key insight: Tokyo in spring rewards movement and layers, not bulk. That makes sense. All right. How weather affects photography. Light conditions. Overcast days, soft, diffuse light, excellent for blossoms. Clear mornings, pastel skies and delicate contrast. Golden hour, warm light filtering through petals, especially magical. Rain and post rain, reflective paths, dark tree trunks, and plus pale blossoms equal striking contrast. Umbrellas add visual interest to street scenes. All right, and then it just breaks down wind, clothing strategy, minimalist and elegant. Think capsule wardrobe that layers well and photographs beautifully. Core principles: neutral tones, cream, gray, navy, black, soft textures, wool, cotton, knits, pieces that work indoors and outdoors. So this is good. So you want to start thinking about this now, especially that it's still winter here in the States. Now, of course, you may be looking at this video from many parts of the world. But if you're looking any place where right now it's winter, and most people will be planning to go here in like winter time, I would think. Some people well in advance, but most people around winter. Start grabbing those pieces you need now because you know stores in the next few weeks are going to start putting the spring stuff out. So start looking for those pieces that you need now if you need to pick up a few pieces so that you can have what you need for the trip and not find yourself trying to figure out what you're going to put together. And when you're in Japan, you want to dress very smart. You want to look clean, well put together, well groomed. It is a place that values that very much. So you want to make sure you're very thoughtful about your presentation when you're there. Okay. The essential capsule, 10 to 12 items total. Tops, this is very interesting. 3 to 4, lightweight, long sleeve top, merino or cotton. One fine knit sweater, one breathable blouse or elevated tee, optional thin turtleneck or mock neck, bottoms 2 to 3, comfortable walking trousers, tailored but flexible, one relaxed wide leg pant or midi skirt, optional dark jeans with stretch, layers 3, lightweight trench or wool coat, your hero piece, packable down vest or light insulated jacket, soft scarf adds warmth and style and photo interest. Shoes, 2 pairs. Cushioned walking sneaker, neutral color. Polished flat or ankle boot, weather resistant. Because, like, think about the set the stage here. You saw the photos we looked at already. You know the cherry blossoms are pink, whites, all that kind of colors. You want to be out there. You want to fit into that aesthetic. So find pieces. I'm very impressed that it's given even some colors, suggested colors here, because it makes sense. You don't want to be out there looking like you don't know where you were going, okay? You want to fit into that aesthetic. It's just going to make for a better photography of your photos that you're gathering. It's just going to make for a better experience. Trust me, the alignment of being in sync with the color scheme out there, the aesthetic, you're just going to feel that much better. So try to make sure you're matching the aesthetic, okay? Accessories that matter. It did say gloves here. I was thinking maybe leave the gloves, but it's saying gloves. Now, it's saying here accessories that matter. Compact umbrella, buy one in Tokyo if needed, which is probably a good idea. Less stuff in your bag, but you can also grab one, take it with you. Thin gloves for morning garden walks. Crossbody bag with wide strap reduces shoulder fatigue. That makes sense. And then sunglasses, spring glare off petals and water. That makes sense. Minimalist packing strategy for long walk days, what not to bring: heavy coats, bulky sweaters, multiple handbags, trend shoes without cushioning. That's the truth. I see people in photos on trips and it's like, what kind of shoes are you wearing? How could you survive that? Like, I know you were miserable. I've had trips in the past. A lot of times when you're younger, you got a certain vibe you're trying to convey. So you just wear, what you think is trendy or cuter, but then you're miserable. Okay. So you want to make sure you're thoughtful, especially about your shoes. Okay. What not to bring. What to repeat intentionally. Same coat daily. Tokyo is stylish. Repeating is normal. Same shoes multiple days. Same neutral base outfit, styled differently with scarf/layers. Laundry and rest. Tokyo accommodations make mid-trip laundry easy. That's true. Plan to wash once per week, not pack extra. All right. Uh how to dress by time of day. You see some more information here. Really good, really helpful. And then final thought, cherry blossom season in Tokyo is movement friendly, photogenic, and forgiving if you pack smartly. Dress for walking and stillness, for sun and sudden rain, and for quiet beauty over performance. This makes sense. If you like next, I can build a Tokyo spring packing checklist by outfit, or recommend outerwear styles that photograph beautifully under blossoms, or align clothing choices with neighborhood aesthetics. See, this is what I was talking about just a moment ago. You want your aesthetic to match the vibe out there. It's just going to make for a much better experience, okay?